Welcome back, everybody. It's Max from Paper Gold and Common Ground Finds with another Paper Gold winner. Tonight we have Josh Graff, who is not going to talk about one book. He's going to talk about two sales today. And he's going to talk about one sale, which was $500, Josh. And the
Absolutely,
other one,
$500.
and the other one was 225.
225.
25, and one of them is such an interesting book. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to put this over to Josh and let him explain both of these phenomenal Paper Gold wins.
All right, so I'm going to start with the higher value one, the $500 one. So that was actually a set of four books. These were like Springfield gun serial number catalogs type of thing. It's really for people doing some very deep research into these expensive guns. So expensive books, set of four, $500. These are the types of books that just when you see them, you know it's going to be great money because it is so niche and so great.
Soft cover, hard cover.
These were soft cover. They were all the same, kind of like textbook size
Oh, okay. So
books.
they were large.
Yeah. They were
Okay.
big books, but they were still soft covers.
Mhm.
Absolutely great condition. These are pretty much always on the market as a set of four, but like they sell quick. There's lots of solds of these. Absolutely great books.
Did you know it when you saw them? You knew it.
When I saw them, I knew they were going to be. I didn't know they were going to be that good, but it's just the type of thing. It was so niche, like it had to be great.
Okay, so I know that the second book also was found at the same place these books were. So talk about the second book, then let's combine the story of the source of where you found these, and then
Mhm.
we'll talk about a little bit of the history of it.
So the second book was it's the book itself is not important. The book itself is like a 1967 Webster's Dictionary, like
Mhm.
something that's maybe worth $10 at like the maximum. But this one had a built-in book stand where when you fold it out, you can set it down, and it's like it's setting on its own book stand. But the book stand is built into the book.
Right.
It's terrible for setting on a bookcase because like it's gonna be pushing out of the bookshelf with this triangle piece of it, and hopefully Max will have some pictures to put up
Yeah,
here of it. But
we'll have some pictures. I guess the best way to describe it is the book comes with its own built-in book stand, and because
yes,
it's a dictionary, when it folds out, the stand comes out of the book,
right,
and so
absolutely,
it's ergonomically designed. So it's an amazing mid-century modern artifact, is what I would call it.
absolutely.
And
When
yeah,
you unfold it, the book stand unfolds with it.
yeah, amazing. And so you found this at the same place you found those firearm books. You don't have to say the name of the place
Hmm.
unless you want to, but divulge that story.
Yeah. So I'll say the place because like I love walking into this thrift store. I walk into this thrift store, everyone's like, Josh! It's so great. Like I love walking in there. It's the local Habitat for Humanity. I work with them. I take all of their they sell books, but they get more books than they can
Sure.
possibly process.
Mhm.
So they keep them in the back for me, and then I come in once every probably 3 weeks to a month and just fill up my trailer. I spend $200 for a full trailer load of books and find things like this that both of these paid for the entire trailer each time, which has been absolutely great. And not every time do I find a book that will pay for the
Right.
entire trailer, but usually like within two or three books, I have that trailer load paid for and everything else is profit.
Right. So you spend 200 and these two books to combine is $725. And of course you made more money than that on everything you put into the trailer. But
Absolutely.
I'm sure they're more than happy to take $200 and not have to worry about the manpower it takes to shelve these books or keep them in the back room.
Hmm.
They like to just get rid of them.
Right. See, and
Right.
they take donations of everything. So they want to be open to receiving
Mhm.
donations. And so if I'm not there taking their books, they have to turn down people for books. And they don't want to be turning down people.
Right. So there are people out there who are going to watch this. They may
Hmm.
be new to what you and I do. Um, they may have been doing it for a while and maybe they just need a little inspiration. What advice do you have? Because you know how positive I am about
Hmm.
selling used books, but what advice do you have to people out there who are thinking about selling books? Maybe they've been collecting books, they're on their shelf, they haven't sold yet. What advice do you have for people to get into the book selling market?
Well, the biggest thing is just connect with people. Like there's books everywhere. If you are just connecting with people, you're going to be finding those books and learning more about how to sell those books. I was working on a connection today with a used bookstore in the next town over, sold them a bunch of books, bought a bunch of their books, build connections with people, build relationships. That's really where you're going to make the most money in this business is by building those relationships.
And I think you'll agree with me because I say this all the time. The books are everywhere.
Hmm.
The books are money. You just have to learn what a good book is, what a bad book is, and it's not hard to do. There's ways to increase your knowledge quickly. Um, but is there anything that you would say to stay away from in people? Maybe they have a misconception about books because you and I both know not every old book from the 1800s is worth money. So is
Yeah.
there anything that is maybe a misconception you want to help people with so they don't have to learn that mistake?
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that really have this idea when they see a book from the 1920s.
Mm-hmm.
That's really kind of the time period I think of the most, that it's going to be worth something. And
Right.
typically books from the 20s, by that point, they were starting to really be mass produced a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just not worth things. And so you got to be really careful with people that aren't used to buying and selling a large volume of things, get really kind of caught up on just a few items.
Right.
That's
So
that's
yeah,
that's so hard to deal with.
yeah, yeah. So just don't think because it's old that it's
Hmm.
valuable. Old
Absolutely.
1920s is definitely not old for a book.
No.
1600s, 1700s would be old for a book. I think that's a good thing to say. So I thank you for sharing this story about these two books. You know how fascinated I am with that dictionary. We will have
Hmm.
pictures of it for everybody to see. I'm sure you're going to get some questions on it, so be prepared to answer. And as always, thank you for your time and your opportunity to talk to you. And for everybody out there, Josh does have a YouTube page. Josh, you
Hmm.
want to share that YouTube page with everybody?
Yeah, it's just my name, Josh Graff, so super easy to find. That's where I
G
am
R
across
A
all
F F.
social.
Yep, G R
Yep,
A F F. And
Graff.
we'll have that on there as well. So again, thank you for your time, Josh, and I'm sure I'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you, Max. See you later.